Okay, so we're on the next lesson. We just talked about doing a reset. And now we're coming to the end of the trading system. The lesson's called repeat. Okay. So this is kind of where now we've done a reset and it's time to repeat the process. So you've done a daily reset. It's time to repeat the next day. You've done a weekly reset. It's time to repeat the next week. You've done a monthly reset. It's time to repeat the next month. You've done a quarterly reset. It's time to repeat the next quarter. You've done a yearly reset. It's time to repeat the next year. It's time to repeat the process. Maybe better, hopefully better, because you've already done a performance review. Remember, we've done some stuff here, right? We've taken some trades. If you're doing a daily reset, you've taken daily trades, a day, you've done the analysis, idea generation, you've done the analysis, you maybe taken a trade that day, you've managed that trade closed, you journaled that trade, you've maybe done a performance review, reflected on it, and you're like, yeah, I messed up my management, or maybe you did good, right? And now it's the end of the day, so you're doing a daily reset, right? And new day starts. It's time to repeat the process, but better. Learn something from the previous cycle, daily cycle from the previous day. That's why at the end of that day, every single day, I do a meditation where I reflect what was good, what was bad that day, what triggered me emotionally, and so on. And I learn from it, and I leave it and I just let it go, and I move forward. And then I repeat the process. I start the next day and do the process again. I generate ideas, analyze them, execute on them, manage them, journal them, do my performance review, reset at the end of the day, repeat the next day. Do this for a week, reset at the end of the week. Like when I do a reset at the end of the week, specifically if it's been a whole week where I've been trading Monday to Friday, Saturday, Friday is fuck it Friday. Friday finishes, it's fuck it Friday. Go to a vineyard, have a nice meal, drink some wine. Fuck it Friday. Or Fun Coupon Friday. Sometimes it's Fun Coupon Friday. Traders tend to pay themselves on Friday and have fun. Fun Coupon Friday, right? It's part of the reset protocol. Implement these holidays. These are holidays for me. The only holidays that matter. Fun Coupon Friday or Fuck It Friday. It depends on the week. Hopefully it's Fun Coupon Friday. To me, both of them are good. Both of them are good. Then on Saturday, I have cats. So Saturday, it's Catter Day. It's a holiday, Catter Day. And I'm really don't do shit. I'm not even on technology on Saturday. Shit's off. Computer's off, turned off. You won't see me browsing websites or shit or doing stuff. It's off. I'm going to reset. Sunday, self-care Sunday. Get ready for the week. Get prepared, organize. Self-care Sunday. And repeat the new week. Monday starts. So I have this reset kind of at the end of the week, every single week, whether it's been a solid Monday to Friday or whether it was a Monday to Tuesday. I still have that process at the end of the week where I just kind of have my weekly routines that I kind of just do at the end of the week that allows me to kind of just reset. On Saturday, I just typically just work out, stretch, meditate, breathe, eat good food, relax, right? This is a fucking total reset from technology, right? And then I'm ready to repeat the cycle. So that's kind of what we're talking about, is that repeat process, right? So going with our points here, quote, consistency breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success. Extremely important. Consistency breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success, right? This system that I'm talking about, I realize it's super consistent. It's every day, every week, every month, every quarter, it's the same shit. I follow the system. I reset at the end of the day. I reset at the end of the week. I reset at the end of the month. I reset at the end of the quarter. Every day, every week, every month, every quarter. And I followed the process: idea generation, analysis, execution, risk removal, profit management, journal, performance review, reset, repeat. You know, that's consistency. And it's always typically the same plan for that period of time, unless I change the plan, but then I change the plan at the start of a new period. Like if I'm day trading hardcore and it's summer and now I'm like, I want to go on holiday, so I'm going to switch to swing trading. That's cool. I do it at the end of the reset. When I'm doing a reset, I'm like, okay, I close my day trading quarter and somewhere here, so I'm going to focus on swing trading, 4-hour work week instead of hardcore day, right? And then it's summer, right? So that reset and repeat transition is actually very important to me, and it's, again, the whole process is very consistent. So that's why the quote, consistency breeds confidence and confidence breeds success, right? Intro: consistency is the hallmark of successful traders. This lesson emphasizes the importance of repeating effective processes to achieve reliable results. So it's a trading system. It's these steps, It's the trading system. We want to repeat them to the best of our ability. Do a reset whenever we need to, on a scheduled basis, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And then we repeat. And when we repeat after a reset, we're driven, we're passionate, we're ready to go, And if we do this every single month, every single week, it is a process that achieves reliable results because we do the same thing every single day, every single week, every single month, to a degree, We might be doing different things throughout the day, different trades, different workout, different dinner, go out for dinner versus eat at home, different holiday. At the end of your month, you might be like spontaneous holiday here, spontaneous holiday there, But the system's the same. The process is the same. Schedule's the same. The routine's the same. You know what I mean? The shit changes. Adjust it. You don't have to be doing the same workout every single day. You can change if you want, but do it every day. Follow the process every day. You know what I mean? Right? You're not going to be trading the same trade every single day. It's going to be different tomorrow and different the next day and different the day after that. Right? So that's the thing that is kind of like different within the process, right? It's how we kind of like structure our day and our routines and our trading plan and so on, right? But the process stays the same. And that's consistency. So main points: identify winning habits. Recognize what actually leads to your successful trades. So identify winning habits. And that's typically like these routines that we have, right? These processes that we follow, the systems that we follow, right? So it's the system, the routines, and so on, the actions that we take. You're going to realize that there's some habits that you might have that are not optimal or that you have adopted. It was very interesting. I was talking to a trader. That's actually very interesting. I was talking to a trader and he's doing really, really well. Very consistent, very consistent. Started paying himself every single week on Friday, started paying himself, feeling good, making money, doing good, consistent, good habits, and he knows exactly what his and this is like, once you're doing this for a while and you like, specifically when you're doing it full time and you've done different daily routines and you've like fine-tuned it, you've like nailed it, like I've nailed mine, and like you will nail yours, and this trader nailed his. He knows what his routine is, like his flow, his process. He knows it. He's got his resets and everything, and now he started paying himself every Friday, a good little chunk, and that's his like celebration. It's kind of like his reset moment starts, right? And then he went out to the club, got some bottle service. He's like, oh fuck, this is nice. People like me, kind of thing. My friends are having fun, right? And these are the friends from the old circle, right? All of a sudden, right? Next week does the same thing. Ooh, has a nice week, pays himself on Friday, goes out with the bros, spends some more money, drinks a little bit more, you know? And then you realize after a month or two why your performance sucks. You've implemented a bad habit. It's not the paying yourself, you know? It's the it's what you're doing on weekend. Instead of cut a day, enjoy, relax, you excel even more energy, party it up, drink a lot of alcohol, you know, socialize, talk a lot, you know, try to recover on Sunday, but you're not going to be as clear mentally, physically. Your energy is not going to be as high as if you've actually done a proper reset, you know? Now, that can be done responsibly and fun and well, you know? I don't have any problem with going out for drinks and eating good food. I do it all the time as part of my reset, you know? Um, but with the right company, or the right location, you know, it was very specific. You can go to a club with the wrong company and have an interesting night, but if you do this every single week, you'll realize you're not getting anywhere in life, you know? Or you can pay yourself, take a spontaneous trip to the country, go dine at a winery, drink some good wine, you know, eat some good food, take a hike in nature, you know? Don't enjoy, right? That experience will be totally different than the other, right? Take a little private jet, you know, if you live in Florida, take a little private jet or take a boat to Bahamas. Stay at the Ocean Club for a couple nights. Do a little reset. Lounge by the pool, you know. Have a little bit of champagne, maybe a mimosa. You know what I mean? A reset is totally different when you're talking like that, right? So when we're talking about identifying winning habits, this is what we're talking about here. Identifying winning habits, right? You can party it up in a totally different way. One will be positive, one will be negative, right? I'm all for party. I'm all for having fun. It's extremely important. That's why we do this. I don't do this to sit on the charts all day, every day, forever, you know? So realize that having fun, can be good habits. But having fun sometimes is also bad habits. You can have fun in a good way that complements what you want to achieve. 2, standardize procedures. Create checklists and routines to replicate success. That's like a trading system again, right? Standardized procedure, right? It's the plan, it's the day, it's the routine, it's the morning routine, it's when we hit the charts, how we hit the charts, how we do the scan, how we organize that list, how we filter that list by doing analysis and identifying the top opportunities, right? How we execute on those top opportunities, how we manage those top opportunities, how we journal them, how we do a performance review, how we do a reset, you know? And everything, all those actions, every single day, every single week, when we do our reset, like in my calendar, every single month, at the end of the month, it's blocked off, it's off. At the end of the quarter, it's blocked off, it's off, you know? So it's standardized, it's a procedure, right? And like I know every quarter, I want to have something booked at the end of that week, you know? Standardized, it's a procedure, right? That replicates success. And I know my system, right? It's not just the system. Those reset points are extremely important. And then you repeat right after that reset point, right? Repeat the procedure. So yeah, you have like a little checklist. Right? We're going to talk a little bit more about it in the trading plan, which the lesson's coming up. And 3, monitor consistency. Keep track of how well you adhere to your established processes. Right? So that's like monk level discipline. Are you actually doing the stuff? Right? And I'll just get off for a second. I just want to say, like, are you doing the stuff? Do the stuff, right? Do the basics well, right? And do them to the best of your ability, right? And as long as you do that, man, you're gonna do a great job, right? So Monitor consistency. Keep track of how well you do it. You know, how well you follow your processes. Monk level discipline. Follow them to the best of your ability. Follow the rules. Don't do discretionary stuff. I see people do discretionary stuff all the time, and all of a sudden they lose consistency. All of a sudden, within one trade, they will lose consistency. That's how it happens. They're following a process. They've been doing good, you know, and then in this one trade, and for some reason, you know, they get just sketched out and they discretionally exit the trade. And then the trade goes for full profit. All of a sudden, they didn't follow a management rule. They did a weird discretionary exit. They got sketched out. They just did a weird discretionary exit for maybe partial loss or a little win, you know, and then the trade blew up to full profit. And all of a sudden, mojo takes a hit, ego takes a hit. You're like, I fucked up. You know, you blame yourself, you become a bully to yourself. Now you're like, I gotta trade Thursday, I gotta trade Friday. You know, now you're reflecting on your week at the end of the week, and you're like, fuck, I could have been done early, but I did this stupid mistake. You know, a discretionary accident totally fucked up my whole week. You know what I mean? That's how it starts, right? So the process that we have in place is so that this doesn't start. There's reset points, follow the plan, do the plan, keep the plan simple, keep simple rules, and just follow the steps. And you realize that if you just follow the simple steps, life and trading and everything becomes way more simpler. Way more simpler. It becomes so easy. So easy. You don't have to worry, you don't have to stress, you don't have to have fear. You're just flowing, man. You're just doing your checklist. You're hitting your habits. You're hitting your daily routine. You're doing the process, you know? Set on the vision. You're feeling good. You know, you're going to have some time off at the end of the week, at the end of the month. You know, you got a trip booked, a little private jet to Bahamas or Turks and Caicos, you know, from Miami, whatever it is, right? You have a plan, right? So you're excited, you're doing the process, right? And as long as you do that, man, you're going to achieve great things, right? But if somewhere in there you break the plan, even just by doing one discretionary exit, all of a sudden you realize that slowly you will drift away from base, you know, because then you're going to do another discretionary exit and something else will be added to the trading plan. It's not even written down. It's kind of like mentally just added to the trading plan. It becomes hesitation. It becomes doubt. It becomes fear. It's not written in the trading plan, but all of a sudden it becomes those emotions: fear, doubt, uncertainty. Got to do a reset to base and then repeat the process. So that's all I really wanted to talk about here. You know, so conclusion: be consistently applying proven methods. By consistently applying proven methods, you create a stable foundation for ongoing trading success. Action step: develop a daily trading routine, checklist, and commit to following for the next month. So you can do it in a checklist, or how I showed you in the peak performance lesson with the calendar, hour by hour, right? And that's kind of how I like to do it. But both are good. Do both. Have a checklist and put it in your calendar. You know, make a checklist and put it into your daily routine. All right. That's it for this lesson. Next up, well, this is the trading plan or the trading system. Complete it. We're moving on to the next section. So hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.